So you consider yourself a Satanist, right? But I don't think you actually worship a beast called Satan, right? You're just sort of like anti-religion, maybe.
Mostly, yes. I'd like to believe, and I think there is a real Satan because there couldn't be a God without a Satan. There's got to always be like a yin and a yang, a conflict, you know.
Are
Um,
you a
well,
spiritual person?
no, I wouldn't say so.
You think when you die, you die?
I don't know what's going to happen when we die, honestly. I can't think one way or the other on that.
I'm
There's no
anti-religion
definitive
because
answer. But people have claimed that they were close to death and they saw angels, and they've described, and this is more than one person, you know, so little kids who don't know how to, I mean, yeah, they know how to lie and shit and make up stories, but a kid died once that said they saw God and they said they saw a purple sash and all this, and they made a movie about it even. I'm sorry, there's something in my eye. I'll sue. Okay, I'll
so yeah, I guess
sue.
my take on it is I'm pretty much anti-religion, but I'm spiritual. You know what I mean?
I'm anti-religion too.
But I do believe in a higher power. I don't necessarily believe in an
Yeah,
afterlife, but I do believe that we are not a random event, man. You know what I
that's true.
mean?
There is. I believe in a higher power. I believe there's a God, quote unquote, but not the God that the way they teach you in the religions on earth. I don't believe there's a person on earth who really knows what God is really like. But because of my father and the ministers and all the people in my life who have fashioned in my mind what God is supposed to be, I had a lot of hatred towards God, quote unquote God. But actual God, I still have to think about it. I'll be like, I'm sorry, God, I don't really know who you are, but I know you're not the piece of shit my father and all those Baptist ministers have cemented you into being. I mean, when I hear those little
My
creepy birds outside and I see all the trees and the sky, and people, like people, I don't believe people just evolved from nothing and all of a sudden we're super smart and everything, you know. So evolution, I really doubt. I mean, yeah, you can probably evolve to be a flipper, but I don't think people evolve into good. If anything, with evolution, it goes downhill. Look at how the humans are today based on how they were 100 years ago, how stupid people are today. If we're so smart, why did we create all this technology and television and fucking garbage? Some of the music they have today, I wouldn't call music. Why did we go downhill, and why is society breaking down? Why are people less trusting and more abusive to each other? People don't feel comfortable around each other anymore. There's no trust. Like in the 1970s, even as close back as the 70s, people could be comfortable around each other outside or wherever. We could go out and hang out. It's very rare today, and especially after COVID, where they force people to be even more paranoid. They're causing these things like the mask wearing and all the bullshit and 6 feet apart. They're creating a system where society is breaking down. So yeah, evolution's bullshit. If anything, people are devolving instead of evolving.
well, you've had a lot of health problems the last few years. You've had
Yeah,
close calls with death, but you're
it's
still
more
out
ways
here
than one.
preaching. You're still out here preaching the satanic word. Let me
Yeah.
ask you, Minnie, straight up, do you fear hell?
Well, I fear being burned to death for eternity. And I
You're
think,
already dead.
what kind of fucking God would burn someone for eternity? I could see punishing someone and like if you killed someone, making that person who killed you, they would have to be your servant for eternity up in heaven or wherever. But to burn somebody, I don't really believe and buy that shit. I think that was created by the church to scare people, the common man, and even to scare rich people. I mean, even celebrities are buying that shit now. Kirk Cameron even got involved with that to trick and lie to people, tell them you're going to burn in hell unless you do what God says and do what the church says, do what the priest and the minister says. They're just humans. They're not men of God.
Well, there you have it,
They
folks.
interpret the Bible, but they're not godly. A priest is not holy, and a minister is not a reverend. They're not revered. They shouldn't get those titles. They're human beings who sin like the rest of us and make mistakes like the rest of us. And if they can't admit it, they shouldn't be up on the pulpit. And yes, they should tax the church.